Welcome. You have summoned the Phoenix Gate, or it has summoned you. This gate appears when something in your life is trying to end. I am the Golden Rose, High Priestess Psychopomp, with you through this liminal space. If you are ready for the truth and clarity that you need, let the crossing begin. This is my viewer's current energetic state. Ocean. Deep feelings. Pulling up the book so I can read their interpretation for you, and then I will talk about what I am seeing in it. The ocean, the unconscious, the depths, the incomprehensible. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've known before. The ego must dissolve. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's froth, a new being. Life is changed. Let the wave crash. When in balance, deeper than deep, big dreams discovery. When out of balance, subsumed, drowned, polluted, unpredictable. I don't take reversals, mostly because it's only one choice any moment in our lives that can take us from being in alignment, heart, mind, coherence, all of that, to being triggered, out of alignment, and reacting from conditioning and programming and trauma. So this is what I see in the ocean for me is dealing with the depths of feelings that we have around those exact things. We are investigating and looking at and delving into why we believe what we believe, why we feel the way we feel about things, what shaped us, what made us, and what we are willing to accept and reject about ourselves and the messages that we have received from these things. And that is what I see in the ocean. What unresolved emotion fuels this pattern? I grabbed one deck and it immediately told me, not me, not me. Unresolved emotion fuels this. Necromancer. Amidst the whispers of the dead, where mysteries are spread, what should have been gone still here remains. So this is morbid self-reflection. It is fixating, clinging, attaching to the stories of our past as if they are the begin all end all truth. Sorry, I'm trying to line it up with the camera. The begin all end all truth of our life. And it is refusing to admit or own anything else. And that is why the ocean is here. What false beliefs are keeping this pattern alive? Shuffle that again. One card. One that was too many. 3 came out. I'm taking one. False belief is keeping this pattern alive. In the dance of shadows, I conceal and evade. Fear's veil keeps me distant in the dark's cool shade. So avoidance. Avoidance comes from many places. It comes from unstable relationships with our parents and caregivers where love was not consistent. It was unpredictable or unsafe or harmful, and same thing. And so now we have grown addicted to this suffering just because it's familiar. But we're holding on to it and fixed on it because that's the identity that we formed around it that we're holding on to. We come to a point, many of us, that the grief that we carry becomes us. The blame, guilt, shame. We don't know who we are without these narratives, without these stories. And I know for me, like when I am talking with people now, because I am in a completely different setting and environment than I was before, and where I see kind of this coming through in relation to what I'm saying is that when I'm talking to people and meeting people now, it is hard to know what to say because I just don't know, right? I don't know what I am without these stories sometimes. I don't know. I just have a vision, an idea of where I'm going. What do I tell people? What do I tell myself? Without these stories, what do I lose? And before I faced the uncertainty and the unknowing, that felt like everything. It felt like I lost myself. Well, I'm still here. I don't know necessarily a whole lot about what's coming tomorrow, but I definitely don't worry anymore about what was yesterday. It'll come up, it passes through, it's weather. I mean, these events happened. I'm never going to forget them. I just don't live in them anymore. And so what I see is somebody who just doesn't know how to do that yet. Right? You've never experienced anything on the other side. All you've had is the story of your past. And a lot of the times that's largely because it is woven into everything around you. Your relationships, I mean, these patterns become pervasive in everything we do, from family to friends to work. We choose all of our environments, people, places, and things out of our patterns. And so when we start addressing these patterns and trying to grow and move beyond them, we avoid doing the work because we know that it means we have to scrape off all of these things. It means saying goodbye to people, places, and things that we identify with. And then what are we going to do? Who's going to be there for us? Where are we going to go? How are we going to find comfort? How are we going to get our needs met? But remember, that's part of the problem that started this in the first place was being raised in situations where our needs weren't being met. So if that was where we were coming from, wouldn't it be nice to actually know? What is this pattern quietly taking from my individual, from the individual watching this? It is taking your knowledge, and death is transformation, but it's preventing your growth and your transformation. It is blocking your energy, your knowing, and your ability to grow. Blocking your wisdom, blocking your discernment. We are given limitation, loss, and struggle in order to individuate, self actualize, and step into our authority and agency and self realize. To experience the wonder and amazement that comes from watching ourselves overcome the seemingly impossible. This is what we came here to experience, wonder and awe of our own becoming. But you are avoiding that. You are holding yourself in a cage, in a box. And it is taking your discernment, your wisdom, your transformation energy. These are your creator energies. What must end or be surrendered to cross this threshold? Labyrinth. Among the confusion of the twisting turns and the endless chase, will I find myself in the heart of this maze, its identity. This is so the labyrinth is overthinking, right? It's spinning ourselves in circle. It's circular thinking. It is playing the same narratives, doing the same things, hoping for different results. It is seeing the patterns and doing nothing to change them. It is remaining in situations that are draining us with no resolution, no reward, and no growth. Like being in quicksand and kicking your feet. So let's pause at this threshold to take in the view. We have felt what was ending and what truths asked to be felt. Change often comes with grief alongside liberation. Before we take flight from here, let's take one audible, slow breath to release the pain that may be rising from this truth. In, hold, now let's reveal the wings that you are forming in this. Who are they becoming beyond this pattern? Too many. The air, unseen potential, being buried in hesitation. What single action proves they are crossing into their new phase? So avoidance is blocking our divine inheritance because we're getting fixated and stuck in our stinking thinking, patterns, routines, and habits. Living in the past instead of living forward, and the ocean is coming up to strip it away and bring us back to our ability to grow and into our discernment so that we can tap into our unseen potential. Single action is their sign and demonstration that they're crossing into this new phase. You'll get your security back. Be careful not to be drawn into a false sense of security. Security only begins when trust has been established. When you start stepping into your own authority and your agency and out of these narratives, getting out of the circular reasoning and taking action to let go of the past, this won't be a false sense of security. You'll have an inner security and an inner trust in your own ability to meet what rises in your field. Okay, so this will be authentic security. But protect it is what that card is warning to. Protect it. Do not give away your security or access to your security, stability, foundation, unless there's trust involved. What message does their higher self, their evolved self, the one that has come through this threshold, from the timeline that has successfully crossed this threshold, what does their evolved self, their future self, want them to know now? I'll let you pause that so you can read it, but I will read it out loud to you too. The celestial rose of Ma. The searching in the dark finds the light of faith revealed in love. A spiritual gift that's on its way to you. This gift signifies the close of a period of suffering. A time of new opportunity is opening as a flourishing and thriving release of your unique soul fragrance into the world. Let the past go and become fully available to the present moment, for this is a gift worth having. I don't want to block. There was a thought that ran through my head. I'm waiting to see if it comes back. There was something that somebody said yesterday. I should have paused and said it when it came through because it's really, really relevant to this. Look at this one minute. There are too many of us. I don't have exactly what the message was, but there are too many of us that are zombies in our own lives. Like we are not living our lives. Our lives are desperate for our voice and our frequencies and our notes in them. Like whose name is written on your life? Is it being lived by other people? The ghosts in your mind of what other people told you should be, shouldn't be, could be, couldn't be? Or is it written by you? A lot of us carry resentment, and we think that the path to freedom from resentment is through forgiveness. Forgiveness, I believe, is something that doesn't really help with the resentment part. Resentment is different. Forgiveness is saying, it's okay, I can heal from this, I have healed from this, I will heal from this. Resentment is, the drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die. But resentment makes the other person God in your life. It means every day is shaped with their face in front of your mind's eye, and your choices and decisions are written by them and not yourself. And there are too many of us carrying that around. And we avoid facing it because we don't know how to live without that anger and resentment. We have to put it down because they are sleeping just fine and eating just fine and not losing a thing over this. But you are. It's time to step into your own life. Start living your own life instead of writing other people's names all over your own margins. The Phoenix Gate has opened. The fire has claimed truth. The ashes have been witnessed. The wings are forming. What you carry forward from this gate is yours to nurture, protect, and grow. Transformation is rarely loud. It is often quiet choices repeated over time. You are allowed to move at the pace your truth requires. Thank you for crossing this threshold beside me. If this reading spoke to your journey, you are invited to share what resonates in the comments and would love to have the opportunity to engage with you and connect with you. Until the next gate summons, I send you my love and healing energy.